Good morning, everybody. I'm Jim Ector from True Creations Woodturning. I'm glad that you joined me this morning. At True Creations, I have three lines of business. I do custom wood turning. I'm an educator. I teach, I write, I demonstrate for clubs around the country. And I've been making tools for the fiber arts industry for 16, 17 years. You can find me on Facebook at True Creations Woodturning. My general website is tcturning.com. We came up with the name True Creations because my last name Ector means genuine or true in German. Mary kicked off the this presentation with her crown on, and then Ellen had her tiara. And I just wanted to show that I made something for my wife. It's a wooden cowboy hat. It's been turned on the lathe. Started out as a 54-pound block of wood, and it now weighs 9 ounces. So that's her crown for being my assistant. So I really want to thank Ellen and Colleen for dreaming up this show. A lot of us, I have always wholesaled my spindles to shops around the country. Hand spun by Stefana Isaacson. She was my mentor when I got into making drop spindles about 17 years ago. Carolina Homespun, The Fold, Susan's Fiber Shop, Spunky Eclectic. Lots of shops around the country have wholesaled my spindles and taken them to fiber festivals. But we're like everybody else, can't be into a festival situation these days, so we really do appreciate Ellen and Colleen for dreaming this up. It's been lots of fun, and we've definitely learned a lot in the last couple of weeks getting ready for this show. Today I'm going to be showing you several drop spindles. I'll get into showing you some Turkish spindles, Tibetan spindles, Russian spindles, Orenburg spindles. I've got some Nostipins, Dielgens, and kick spindles. So we have a whole variety of things. We're going to kind of move right through it. All purchases will be made through our online shop, which is tcspindles.com. If you're at a computer, you might want to open up a second browser, and if you go into the search button in the upper right-hand corner, you can put the item number in, and it'll take you right to the page and the description of that item. So with no further ado, let's jump right into this, and let me talk a little bit first, just in general overview about my drop spindles. Now, my spindles. I have an engineering background, so I understand the physics behind making a good drop spindle. And I've been a wood turner for 43 years. I've been making spindles for 16, 17 years now. So I make a pretty good spindle. My whorls are turned on the lathe. They're mounted 4 different times to make them very balanced. The shafts are turned twice. They are smooth and straight so that the cops are easy to remove. That's what the experts like. I hand form my hooks out of stainless steel, and I cut 4 notches into the rims so that you can bring your fiber up from the back, the left or the right, and the front is just for balance purposes. So that's just in general a little bit about all my spindles. And let's jump into it, and let me switch over to the other camera, and we'll start showing you some products. Okay, first up is item number 401. This drop spindle is turned out of canary wood. It weighs 1.4 ounces, so it's one of my standard size drop spindles. I have 3 different weight classes. I have mini, standard, and maxi. Mini are up to 1 ounce. The standard are 1 to 1.5 ounce, and the maxis are over an ounce and a half. This has a 1.4 ounce drop spindle. It's got a 3-inch diameter whirl and a maple shaft. All my spindles have maple shafts. Canary wood is a beautiful wood. It's very dense. I love turning it because it holds details very nicely. And this is rim weighted. So that's item number 401 on the website. Next item is item number 402. And again, this is canary wood. This one's a little bit thinner and lighter. It weighs 1.2 ounces. It's got a 3-inch diameter whirl and 11-inch maple shaft. This one's a fast spinner. So it's really nice for your for spinning thin yarns. All right, next up is item number 403. This little spindle's made out of Purple Heart. Purple Heart's interesting. You know, when I get the wood, it's purple. When I work it and turn it, it turns brown. And when I finish the spindle, what I do is I take it outside and I put it out in the sun for about a day, and it brings the purple back. But with Purple Heart, you really don't want to have them exposed to sunlight for very long. Purple Heart comes from South America. This one, again, is rim weighted. It's 1.4 ounces. It's 2.5-inch diameter whirl. It's got a 9-inch maple shaft. And again, really spins nicely. All right, item number 404 is a Yellow Heart spindle. Yellow Heart's a great wood. It comes from Brazil. Takes a high sheen, and it's nice to cut details in. This little guy is only 0.9 ounces. It's 2 3/4-inch diameter whirl. It's got a maple shaft, and it's good for spinning, nice thin fibers. Spindle number 405. Again, is Yellow Heart, and it's got a black ring on it. This little guy is, again, 0.9 ounces. It's 2 3/4-inch whirl and an 8.5-inch maple shaft. I even put a little detail in on the bottom of the whirl. It's a little thin guy. Again, spins very fast. This is a fast spinner. Spindle number 406 is made out of Osage orange. And this one's got a really kind of a cool little detail in the grain. Must have been a branch or whatever came out of here. I know Osage is a favorite. The chips, if I get a lot of Osage, I always save the chips for the dyers in my my spinning guild. They love to get the Osage orange chips. So this is a item number 406. It's 0.8 ounces, 3-inch diameter whirl, 9-inch maple shaft. This item is $50, and it's item number 406. Most of my mini and standard spindles are $50 unless I get into some really expensive woods. That's item number 406, Osage orange. Item number 407. Now this is a wood that most of us have never heard of, myself included. It's called Hubu Bali. It comes from South America. I had never heard of it before, and I absolutely love it for drop spindles. Takes a real high finish, takes details. The spindle, again, has been rim weighted, hollowed out on the bottom. It just spins like a rocket. Again, it's item number 407. It's $50, 1.2 ounces. So it's a great spindle for all around spinning. 2 5/8-inch diameter whirl and 9 3/4-inch maple shaft. Item number 408, again, comes out of that new wood, Hububali. I chuckle every time I try to say it. This one's 1.2 ounces. Got 2 3/4 inch diameter whirl, 10 1/4 inch maple shaft. It's been deeply hollowed out in the bottom, and so it spins really nice too. That's item number 408, and it is $50. If you have any questions, my wife Kathy is monitoring the chat, so go ahead and ask any questions if you want, and I'll try to respond to them. And I've got one more. Turned out of this wood is Hububali. This little guy is 0.9 ounces, 2 3/4 inch diameter whirl, and a 10-inch maple shaft. It also has been slightly dished out in the bottom. And there's a fast spinner. And it'd be really good for spinning your thinner fibers. Just a beautiful wood. Something new. I just got it in. I'd never heard of it before. And these are my first 3 spindles that I've made out of this wood. Now, spindle 410 is a favorite wood. Just about every spinner I know that collects spindles like zebra wood. So this is zebra wood. This little guy is 1.2 ounces, so it's a standard size, 2 3/4 inch diameter, 9 3/4 inch maple shaft. It's item number 410, and it's $50. Spindle number 411 is Bacoti, or Bacot. They pronounce it different ways. It's a beautiful wood that comes in Central and South America. It's similar in the fact that it's like zebra wood. It's got a real pronounced grain, but it's an oily wood, and it's hard. It's really hard to it's dense, so it makes a really nice spindle. And this one again has been dished out on the bottom. The other thing I do on all my spindles is I mark the weight and the name of the whirlwood on it, because first thing, when people get a collection of spindles, it's like, oh, what kind of wood is that? That's really pretty, and people can never remember. So I always mark the name of the wood on the spindles. So we're about halfway through my spindles, and then we'll get into some of the other products. So again, item 412. This is again Bacot, and 1.2 ounces, 2 3/4 inch diameter shaft, 2 3/4 inch whirl, and 10-inch shaft. It's item number 412, and it's $50 also. Item number 413 is made out of Bubinga. And this is a mini drop spindle. It's 0.8 ounces. It's got 2 1/4 inch diameter whirl. It's got 2 black rings around the edge. Bubinga comes from Africa, and this little guy is like a tornado. It just spins and spins and spins and spins and spins. Beautiful spindle. And price of this is $50, and it's item number 413. Now, again, just to remind everybody, purchases can be made through our online shop, tcspindles.com. And if you go into the search button, you can just put in an item number, and it will take you right to the page. I do offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee. I also will repair, replace damaged drop spindle shafts when dogs eat them, or they get sat on, or they get stepped on, or. Just another benefit of our design and manufacturing process. Again, we can be found on Facebook at Facebook/True Creations Woodturning. And all purchases today will be handled through the tcspindles.com website. I do want to mention something about hooks. Every spinner, drop spindler, should have a pair of needle nose pliers in their kit with them, because you need to tweak the hooks. It's okay to give the hook a little tweak. The goal ultimately is to get the fiber running right up the center line of the spindle shaft. So if you're spinning thin, your hook might be tilted just a little bit. If you're going to be spinning thicker fiber, you might want to tweak that hook just a little bit to get that fiber running right up the center line. It's amazing how important it is. When I put these hooks in, I take the lathe up to about 2,000 RPM so I can ghost it and center it, and that's one of the reasons that my spindles spin so nicely. All right, item number 415 or 414 is 414 is Sapelli. I just kind of showed that, but I didn't give you the number. Again, this guy's 1 ounce, 2 5/8 inch diameter whirl, and 8 3/4 inch maple shaft. It's item number 414. Item number 415 is made out of wood called chalky cock. And chalky cock is really kind of pretty. It's red, with some orange streaks in it. It's very dense wood, comes out of Central America. I've carved a little detail into the top. I tend to, if there's a nice figure on the wood, I tend to leave them plain. Some of the woods that hold detail, I'll put some beads and coves and things like that in it. Again, this is Chalky Cock Mini Drop Spindle, item number 415. This is what I would consider probably one of the ultimate woods for drop spindles. It is olive wood. Olive wood is comes from Europe and Eastern Africa. The challenge is that the trees are much more valuable for their fruit than they are for their wood. So you can only get small pieces of olive wood. But this guy is just absolutely beautiful. It's a dense wood. It holds details. It's got beautiful grain. And this spindle's been dished out on the bottom. It really is the perfect drop spindle wood. This is a maxi. It weighs 1.6 ounces. It's got a 2 3/4 inch diameter whirl. And the price of this is $65 because the wood is so expensive.
Tell us if one is better for beginners.
Yep. This is item number 417. It is another wood that you may not have heard of. It's called Kosso, Kosso, and it comes from the wood comes from West Africa. All the woods I use are protected and sustainable. Beautiful spindle. It's 1.3 ounces. Got a 9.5 inch shaft and 2 3/4 inch diameter whirl. It's item number 417. Item number 418 is zebra wood. And this spindle is this is a maxi. It's 1.6 ounces, so it's good for plying. 2 3/4 inch diameter whirl, 10 1/4 inch shaft, so it's a nice long shaft. Again, zebra wood comes from West Africa, and just nice, beautiful spinner. This zebra wood maxi drop spindle is $55. It's item number 418. And we're almost done with the spindles, and then we'll get into some of the other items. Item number 419, again, is canary wood with 2 black rings. It's got this one is a maxi. It's 1.7 ounces. It's item number 419. It's got a 3 inch diameter whirl and a 10 1/4 inch shaft. It's item number 419. And it is $55. Item number 420. This again is a whirl made out of Kosso. It's a standard size. It's 1.4 ounces. 2 3/4 inch diameter whirl and a 10.5 inch shaft. price of this is $55. Again, Koso is quite expensive, so I had to bump it up a few dollars. Item number 420. Item number 421 is Paduke. It's a mini drop spindle, 0.9 ounces, 421. And item number 422 is made out of a wood called Chechen. It is square. It's 2 5/8 inch square, 1.6 ounces. A lot of detail, hollowed out on the bottom. And this guy is a maxi with expensive wood and a lot of work, so it's $75. It's item number 422. And last but not least, for the drop spindles, is this guy. And this is made out of a wood called partridge. It's 1.8 ounces. It's got 2 7/8 inch whorl and 11 inch maple shaft. Partridge comes from South America. And this guy is $55. Again, you can order through our website, our online shop, tcspindles.com. If any of you have your favorite fiber shop and they're looking to wholesale spindles, I really like to wholesale my spindles. Now, let's move on to some Turkish spindles. Item number 424. This is what I call mini. This one's made out of walnut. It's got walnut arms. They're 2.5 inches long. It's got a 4.5 inch maple shaft. It's a little guy, but it really spins. And I take a lot of time and effort to really put a very delicate shaft and tip on it, so because you're going to be spinning, real thin lace weight fibers on that. That's item number 424. Item number 425 is again a mini, and this is made out of wood called red Nara. Weighs 0.5 ounces, 2.5 inches arms, and a 4.5 inch maple shaft. And the last mini that I have is item number 426, and this one is made out of wood called Mopane. It's 0.6 ounces. Again, a very fast spinner with delicate shaft. Those are my 3 minis. And then I had some MIDI Turkish spindles. This is item number 427. Again, it's made out of Mopane. My midis have 3.5 inch arms and 8 inch long maple shafts. It's item number 427. And my last Turkish spindle is made out of red Nara. Red Nara comes from Southeast Asia. Beautiful wood and a beautiful spinner. Again, very nice, delicate maple shaft. Now I'm going to get into a couple Tibetan spindles. 429 is made out of zebra wood. Tibetan spindles are, these have a nice proper parabolic whirl on it so that they really spin. And that's zebra wood. That's item number 429, and that is $55. Item number 430, again, the zebra wood. This is 0.9 ounces, 1.5 inch diameter whorl, and 10.5 inch maple shaft. And again, it's $55. Item number 430. The price for the mini Turkish spindles were the minis are $40, and the midis are 45. I don't have any standard, which are a little bit bigger right now. And then my last Turkish spindle is made out of a wood called marabou. It's kind of a yellow and orange. It's kind of an unusual wood. And that's item number 431. And for Russian spindles, I have a canary, made out of canary wood. It's 1 ounce, 7/8 in the diameter, and 14.5 inches long. Beautiful spinner. It's $40. Item number 432. Item number 433 is my cherry Nasta pens. And these are 1 inch, roughly 1 inch in diameter and 10 to 11 inches long. And they're $30. Item number 433. And item number 434 is my cherry Russian spindles. Classic design, been around forever, and you know, it's a production tool. And that's my cherry Russian support spindles are 1.2, roughly 1.2 ounces, a little over 11 inches long, and they're $35. Item number 434. Item number 435 is an Orenburg spindle. Orenburg are very popular for making real thin lace. Galina, and I can never pronounce her last name, she's the author of the 2 Gossamer Webb books. Very well known and respected Orenburg spinner. Teaches all over the country. And when I took a class from her and showed up with some of my spindles, she just turned to the class and said, "Buy these. They are very good. And there's nobody else in the country making them like this." Now, hers are very plain. This is made out of birch. There's no finish on it. She treats them as a tool. Item number 435 is what she would spin on. She would get between 2 and 4 to 6 of these, 10-inch long, to spin her singles. And then item 436 is the 13-inch version, and that's her plying spindle. And she also likes a little shallow wooden bowl to use for her tools. And then I have just 2 little bowls to show you. Item number 516 is this little bowl, just a little simple cherry bowl. I don't put any finish on the bottom so it doesn't interact with any, you know, if you set it on a nice dresser or whatever. Just cherries, about 3 inches in diameter. They're $30. And item number 517 is very similar, except it has a pink and black stripe ring around the outside. And then for my last spindle, I get into my Dielgens, and my Dielgens are 437. And we have a question. The question is, are Russian and Orenburg Russian and Tibetan spindles beginner friendly? The Tibetan is much more beginner friendly than the Russian. Because of the shape of the whorl, you get a much longer spin time out of it. And then my last is the Dielgen or Jelgen, however you want to pronounce it. These are made to order. They weigh between 1.6 and a little over 2 ounces. They're about 1.25 inches in diameter and 7 to 8 inches tall. They're turned from rock maple, and they have a nice cross cut on the bottom, and they've been notched out. This is item number 435. 437. I got the wrong number down. I'm sorry. Item 437.
We have a coupon code. That's L.
And so that's the Dealgans. I make these to order. And then the last item I want to show you, I'm going to switch cameras real quick, because some of you have not seen something like this. It's 437. I changed the Dealgan is item number 437. All right, the last item I'm going to show is a portable spinning wheel. This is a True Creations portable kick spindle. For those that have not ever seen one, this thing weighs about 6 pounds. It's fully self-contained. It will fit in a suitcase, and you can put it in an overhead. I have customers that have them in RVs. They take them camping. They take them to their guild meetings. And if you've never seen a kick spindle, I'll show you how this one works. Now this one is this was my first one that I built. It's a few years old. It's been oiled, and the cherry is definitely mellowed. You know, I ship them unfinished. You put a little tung oil on it, and in a little while, you know, cherry will get that beautiful patina that it's famous for. But basically, it's all self-contained. And there's videos on my website where you can see how, in customer pictures. I have these things all over the world. So I've got a flywheel and a textured shaft. I actually take and texture the shaft, so if you want to spin in socks or shoes or sneakers, you can do that. So you take the flywheel, you bring the swing arm up, pop it into the bearing. I use high precision bearings. Pop it into the lower bearing. Insert the heart rock maple shaft into the whirl. And I have tapers and whatnot, so these things all fit together snugly. And you can store the knob away. You put this on the floor, you give it 1 or 2 kicks, and you spin the fiber off the tip at about a 45-degree angle. But a couple kicks, and you can rest your feet on it and concentrate on your drafting. It's like the ultimate drop spindle. It just goes and goes and goes. You'll have to stop it because you'll run out of arm when you're spinning. So anyhow, that is my show for the day. I do appreciate everybody showing up and attending. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. Oh, I do have something new that will be coming here shortly that I did not have time to finish, but I will switch over real quick and just to kind of show you. I'm going to be making some shawl pins, and again, these are some of the rings. I have to all different types of wood. So again, thank you very much for attending my sale, and again, thank you to Alan and Colleen for pulling this off. It's been lots of fun. You can find me on my general website at tcturning.com. Our online shop is tcspindles.com. It's been lots of fun. I hope to see you again next month, and I really appreciate you for the privilege of your time. Enjoy the rest of the day and make it a good one. Thank you very much.